What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. All right, so I see that there's still people out there that don't quite understand where I and the brother Ticket TV and LB, James, and others, what we're talking about when it comes to James Harden. And I get it. Some of you guys are younger. Some of you guys are younger, and you quite haven't seen his whole career. I think some of you guys became James Harden fans when he was averaging 36 points a game and 34 points a game and winning MVPs and leading the league in assists. And you see all of these great accomplishments individually. So, you know, you still see the game from a statistical standpoint. You still see the game, you're so enthralled by points and numbers and all of that, but you're not seeing what we're talking about, you know? Um, Look, have you ever noticed it can be a beautiful woman? I mean, she's a dime in the face, and, what I'm saying? She got like a 36, 26, 44 figure. We like them curvy. In this country, brothers love light skinned chicks, exotic looking, beautiful hair, beautiful, flawless skin, but big old bubble ass, I mean, just gorgeous, right? But you wonder why every dude that has actually dealt with her can't stand this bitch's guts, can't stand her. But the guys from afar are like, damn, this bitch is bad, right? But when you actually deal with her, observe her up close, look at the bullshit she does, see the gold digging thought that she is, the piece of shit whore that she is, all that other glittery shit don't mean a damn thing. And that's how I see James Harden. Yes, he might drop 25 points. He might have 11 assists. But the problem with him is when the game comes to crunch time and it's a close contest and the pressure goes up, James Harden 90% of the times falls apart. Now, every now and then he might hit a lucky, streaky three that might go in, but for the most part, he shuts down. And then the one guy that he kept saying ain't got no skill, and I wish I was 7 feet tall so I could just run up and down the court and dunk, and all these things he kept throwing at Giannis. Notice how when the pressure goes up, notice how in the fourth quarter Giannis gets stronger. See, James Harden's one of those guys that come out, drop 18 in the first quarter, 10 in the second. He on his way to a 50-point game. Then at halftime, the other team makes adjustments, run his ass off that line. He's not getting the fortunate calls that he got earlier on, and he winds up with 38 points and his team lose. So you say, wow, man, but he had 38. Yeah, but did you really watch the game? Did you really watch the game and saw how he completely fell apart in the second half? Contrast that to a Giannis. Giannis, the so-called wall, the unstoppable wall. That wall will stop Giannis. Of course, a, a, a quadruple team is going to stop one player. But the difference is Giannis has become more patient. Yeah, he might only have 2 points in the first quarter, 6 points in the second, he have 8. But then the third quarter, suddenly Giannis has 13. Then he has 21 points. And then the fourth quarter, he drops 19. And you're like, well, how the fuck he get 40 points? Because he's a finisher. He's a winner. James Harden is a stat padding loser. Loser. And you know what happens in the playoffs a lot of times? Most of the times in the playoffs, all that ticky tack shit goes away a lot because they let guys play. So all those ticky tack fouls that he's looking for and he doesn't get them. See, a lot of guys in the past have, relied on free throws to get their points. Adrian Dantley is one of them. Charles Barkley is another one. But when they didn't get those calls, they didn't just pout and cry. They try to go to other aspects of their game. But he doesn't do that because his game is predicated on two fucking things: getting to the foul line and that fucking tired ass step back that's getting slower. And in the playoffs, like I said, if he's not getting those calls, what is he going to rely on? The 42% shooting, the 34% 3-point shooting, which, makes John Starks look like fucking Steph Curry. Then you got Joel Embiid, who's a great player, but you got question marks about this guy, whether it's his health, whether it's the fact that down the stretch in games, he sometimes tightens up, doesn't execute, doesn't offensively dominate, doesn't want the basketball. Embiid, his inability to be effective down the stretch of games. You know what I'm saying? He has question marks too, man. But at the end of the day, nobody's being unfair with these guys. That's just how it is, man. They just aren't. They just don't get it until they actually do it. Especially James Harden. He has a reputation for doing nothing but choking in the clutch, man. So who cares if he's putting up 25 points or such and such points in the regular season when in the playoffs we already know what he's going to do. And he's done it for so long that we just know what he's going to do. Just like a person that you've known for years. They talk a good game. They talk, but their actions speak louder than words. You know what they're going to do. So it is what it is.